Massob reveals what will happen if federal government fails to bring Ñnamdi Kanu to court. Welcome to the news, and please do well to listen to the end. Massob leader Ñnamdi stated this in a release on Tuesday, adding that Southeast residents would be not compelled to sit at home on that day. The movement for the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra, Massob, has revealed what it would mean if the Department of State Services, DSS, fails to bring Ñnamdi Kanu physically to court on Thursday, October 21. Massob said that would mean he has been killed in detention. Massob leader Ñnamdi stated this in a release on Tuesday, adding that Southeast residents would not be compelled to sit at home on that day. Mr. Kanu is due for rearraignment at the Federal High Court in Abuja on 7 counts of amended charges, bordering on terrorism and treasonable felony. Massob demands from federal government to produce Mazi Ñnamdi Kanu physically in court on Thursday, 21st October. Any form of his absence in court physically will be a proof of evidence that he has been killed in DSS detention cage, the statement read. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, which Kanu heads, has threatened to impose a 30-day sit-at-home on Southeasterners if their leader is not brought to court. However, Massob vowed not to intimidate or harass anyone who does not stay indoors on Thursday. The group did not comment on IPOB's threat to shut down Southeast if Kanu is not brought to court. The call for stay at home on Thursday, 21st October 2021, which has been our recalling measure and steps for effective civil disobedience, is totally voluntary. This exercise has always been the live wire of the Biafran struggle, which boomed the potency and acceptability of the Biafran struggle. The request for closure of markets, public or private motor parks, schools, and other public business premises are voluntary, not by force. It is a mark of respect and love for our fatherland and Mazi Ñnamdi Kanu, the statement added. Massob is revealing what will happen if the federal government refuses to bring Ñnamdi Kanu to court. Ñnamdi Kanu trial, which will hold on Thursday, 21st of October 2021, and the Massob is saying that they will not compel any Southeasterns to sit at home on that day, that it is voluntary. Anyone that wishes to sit at home is free to sit at home, while those that wish not to sit at home can go about with whatever they want to do. But any form of his absence in court physically will be a proof of evidence that he has been killed in the Department of State Services detention. Mr. Kanu, who is due for rearraignment at the Federal High Court in Abuja on 7 counts of amended charges bordering on terrorism and treasonable felony. Mr. Kanu, who is the leader of the IPOB group, has been in detention for a while now, and his trial will come up on the 21st of October at the Federal High Court in Abuja. And Massob has vowed not to intimidate or arrest anyone who does not stay indoors on Thursday. The call for sit-at-home order on Thursday, 21st of October 2021, which has been our recalling measures and steps for effective civil disobedience, is totally voluntary. We are not enforcing the sit-at-home on any citizen of the Southeast. It is a voluntary action. The exercise has always been the live wire of the Biafran struggle, which pumped the potency and acceptability of the Biafran struggle. The request for closure of markets, other public and private motor parks, schools, business premises are voluntarily, not by force. If you wish to open your market, if you wish to open your business, you're free to do so. It is not by force to sit at home. IPOB is saying they are not forcing anybody to sit at home on the day of the trial of Ñnamdi Kanu. Although the sit at home on that day is a mark of respect and love for our fatherland and Mazi Ñnamdi Kanu. Massob to federal government is saying, ensure nothing happens to Ñnamdi Kanu if you still want Nigeria as a country. The movement for the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra, Massob, Sunday warned the Nigerian federal government to desist from any action that would threaten the life of the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Ñnamdi Kanu, being detained by the Department of State Services, DSS, if they still want Nigeria to exist. Massob also called on the United Nations, African Union, United States of America, G8 nations, and international human rights organizations to caution the Nigerian federal government to stop threatening and harassing the Igbos and save IPOB from political and economic annihilation by sanctioning Nigerian state for human rights abuses. A statement by Massob, National Director of Information, Edison Samuel, alleged that the Nigerian government is by its action, statements, and conduct sanctioning all manner of terrorist activities against the Igbos with the backing of the presidency. Massob's statement read in part, where the movement for the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra, Massob, is beckoning on the United Nations, African Union, United States of America, G8 nations, and international human rights organizations to save the indigenous people of Biafra from political and economic annihilation by sanctioning Nigeria state for our human rights abuses. We also noticed that the terrorist activities of bandits and Boko Haram is unrepentantly backed by the government. These atrocious acts of the Nigerian government have led to the killings, unlawful arrests, abductions, torture, and detentions of innocent Biafra agitators. Massob is warning that nothing harmful should ever happen to Mazi Ñnamdi Kanu. Freedom agitators that have been held, tortured, starved, denied medical attention, and are being haunted. Thanks for listening, my listeners. On this note, we've come to the end of the news. Thank you for tuning to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.